MB320L. Yep, it's still in stock on Newegg for 55. Is my setup good enough to stream on Twitch at 1080p? Don't you have to be affiliate to stream at 1080p? I don't know, whatever. Let's see. Yeah, that's more than good enough. Although, some interesting choices here. Like, I don't know why there's a SATA SSD in here. And NR600 is cool, but you're going micro ATX, so you may as well go MB320L. And then CX550 is fine, but, you know, Segotep is cheaper, so you may as well. Cool.
Oh, well, okay. Because I just want to know, because people send me that list, and I'm like, oh, is it good enough? Because
List
I want to
is
know.
okay. I just changed the case and power supply and storage, but it's not bad. I'd say, like, you know, maybe 4 out of 7. It's not that bad.
Oh, okay. I was gonna get the Z49 490
Nope.
Wi-Fi.
Nope.
No, don't
Definitely
get that
not.
one.
Yeah, get the board that I sent to you. I mean, no, the board that's in your list right now, not the one that I sent to you. The one that's in
Oh,
your
okay. Because I'm
list
like,
right now.
okay, good. I was gonna get that one too, but then I wasn't too sure. The people
3060
were like,
Ti
oh,
launch
get
was
that
all
one.
right. Yeah, I saw an article like people are talking about how 3060 Ti stock is like way higher than all the other cards. So that's good. It's still sold out, but you know, better
I know.
at
They just
least.
announced it today, and I missed my chance.
Okay.
So, okay. Wait, where's the list? Did you send the list to me already?
I did not know.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, I'm waiting for the list.
Okay. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh, 5600 XT is such a bad wreck right now. Oh god, Colo is
Hey,
back.
is
Colo is
Intel
back.
good for stream? Is Intel good for gaming?
Is the entire company good for gaming?
No, Intel.
Rough. Um, some of their CPUs are recommendable for gaming. Some of them are not.
I know. That's what I'm trying to look at because I want Cyberpunk. And let me see. Hold on. Cyberpunk 2077. PC recommends.
Oh my god, this guy's just parroting the VRM spreadsheet. Unlucky. Uh,
Okay. Okay, for Cyberpunk, let me see. So for Cyberpunk, the PC requirements is wait, where is it? If you want to go high, it said at least a core i7. Hmm. You know that's funny too. I was gonna get the CPU of i7, but people were like, "Oh no, don't get that. That one's like too high." Like that's why I'm confused at.
Alright, hold on. Also, who's using speakers? Which one of you nerds is using speakers? Could you finish the rest of my
We're
list,
using that
please?
knowing.
Um, your list is fine. Just, you know, get cheaper RAM and drop the cooler, and that's fine, honestly. Yeah, this list is fine. Just you need a power supply, obviously. Drop the cooler and get cheaper RAM. Basically it.
Oh, and
List
I bought
is
the cooler too.
fine otherwise. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Jin.
Oh,
I got some
I'm like,
Cooler
what?
Master case. I think it has good airflow. Is there any manufacturer that you'd recommend for the 30 series GPUs? There's specific models that I'd recommend for 30 series CPUs. Um, I mean GPUs, not CPUs. You know, Asus Tough, EVGA4 the Win 3. Nope, don't recommend brands. Don't recommend brands, Sky. Don't recommend brands. What's the difference between 10400 and 10400F? You asked this yesterday. 10400F doesn't have an iGPU. No integrated
So good.
graphics.
I was gonna go the same way too. I was gonna go 104 with the F, but
Why would you buy the Intel stock cooler? Who is buying the Intel stock cooler? Um, who is actually individually buying the Intel stock cooler? Ants.
nobody.
Okay, let's look at your list. Oh, Australia, cool. Good price in Australia. Kind of expensive for a B460 motherboard. I'd probably go cheaper and then, but that is Australia. But still, yeah, go cheaper. Go micro ATX. RAM is overpriced even for Australia. 970 Evo is just garbage choice. 3060 Ti for 750. That's not very good even for Australia. I try to scale down a little bit. NR600 is fine, but you'd probably be rather going Micro ATX. I know MB311L is cheaper than that in Australia. RevDF for 110 is fine. And then the monitor is fine. That's kind of overpriced, but still fine. Not terrible. SSD is probably the biggest mistake, and then scale down to Micro ATX. Okay.
Do you want me to get the 10400 or 10400F?
If the 10400F is like $10 cheaper or more, then yeah, I guess 10400F. I'm trying to get the 3060 Ti. Good luck, dude. Hey, should I make sure that thermal paste spreads through the whole CPU, or can it just be like how you saw? No, it's fine. It can be less than that. Yeah. As long as it covers like a good chunk of the CPU, especially the middle, should be okay. Recommendations? Let's see. What do we got here? Not buying a 5600 XT for $50 over MSRP is my recommendation. And also the 860 Evo is completely irrelevant. That RAM is like slightly overpriced. There's a 3200 kit for like $5 less.
Okay, that's
I wouldn't get the H510 just on a whim. And the CX550 is not worth 75 at this time.
People who are not going to like be talking specifically to people in here, can you like mute yourselves because like you're talking over people, you know?
My current build has a 2060, so I should just be good to swap in a 3060, right? I mean, I guess, but like, if you already have a 2060 and you're not struggling in games, I probably wouldn't upgrade. Unless you're like, you know, playing, I don't know, 1440p, 144, you know, high settings, and you're like, yo, I wanna upgrade because I'm not getting as much FPS as I want to. I'm upgrading to a 1440p monitor soon. I'd say upgrade the monitor first and then see what happens. If you're not getting enough FPS, then sure. Yep. All right, cool.
okay. What's the best storage I can get right now?
Best? What do you mean by best?
Because on my list I have the Team L5. Like, what the heck is that?
Just get the Western Digital SN550. It's like 90 per terabyte, I think. It might be 95 at this point, but yeah.
What's the name? I'm sorry.
Western Digital SN550.
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts on this build? Already have all parts purchased. You probably should have asked me before you bought all the parts. The case I got is actually a Matrix 55 mesh at RGB4F. Okay.
What the heck was
Why
that
is this
then?
Ireland, but you're paying in GBP? Whatever. Okay. Okay, that makes sense, I guess. Motherboard is pretty overpriced. You probably don't need 32 gigs of RAM. That's overpriced even for 32 gigs of RAM. SN550 is not worth buying for 130 euros. Don't get an Aorus Master 3060 Ti, please. EX750M is good, but probably not worth 105 euros. Peripherals I don't approve of, besides maybe the webcam. But yeah, that's basically it. See, the hard drive is probably the only like good pick here. Yeah, even the 5600X is like kind of questionable for this budget. In most use cases anyways. What M.2 SSD would you recommend if not the 970 Evo? Depends on what you're doing. If you just have a fucking 905p. If you just have a like a typical normal ass use case, you're just gaming and whatever, then Western Digital SN550 is pretty cheap right now for most sizes, like 500 gig, 1 terabyte. So yeah.
Oh,
Should I get two different fan hubs or just one if I have 3 intake and 3 exhaust? If your case is really big and you can't manage plugging all your fans into a single hub in the center, then sure. But most of the time, most builds that I've done, you know, 1 fan hub is enough. Also, is it a good position to have 1 rear exhaust, 2 top exhaust, 3 front intake? Dude, by the time you have 6 fans in a case, it doesn't fucking matter, okay? Unless they're all, like, covered by some sort of panel, it doesn't matter. Like, people overthink airflow with, like, high fan counts, like, all the time. How about this? Is this not bad? Let's see.
Should I go 500?
That's not terrible, but it looks like somebody gave you this list when certain parts on this list were on sale, and then you neglected to buy it at that time, so now those parts have gone up in price. Namely, the motherboard, which used to be $80, the memory, which used to be $50, the SSD, which used to be 90, and the case, which used to be, I believe, 70 or 60. So all of those parts were worth buying at that time, but they've all gone up in price, so this build is no longer good. Yeah, I predicted right, didn't I? Yeah, lol, true. Yeah, this is why we tell you to buy parts when we tell you to, instead of waiting, and then those parts are no longer relevant. Why not Aorus Master? Because Aorus Master is like a flagship high-end model of the 3060 Ti, or really any card, like kind of like the Strix is. So you're going to be paying a significant amount more than the MSRP, and then you may as well just get a 3070. 500 gig or 1 terabyte depends on how much space you're using. I don't know how much space you're using. I don't know.
Oh, because I want to at least use a terabyte, just at least a terabyte.
Then I don't know why you were considering 500 gigs. Then yeah, you gotta do
Because
1 terabyte if you're gonna use
people
1
are like,
terabyte.
oh, because of the price. That's what it is.
Okay, well, no then. You could split into a hard drive, but you know, I'd say 1 terabyte SSD is a good size for you know, pure SSD build.
That's what I'm gonna get. Yeah, I'm gonna get that.
Okay.
1 terabyte.
Oh, I'm a freaking sleepy boy.
Wake up!
All right.
All right, the Western Digital Blue 1 terabyte for 104. That's not bad. Or the SN5.
All right, let's see how this goes. Thank you, Aerium. Aerium for follow. I don't even know how you say
Oh, I
your
see
name.
now.
All right, let's. Aegis, I bought all my parts and I'm going to build this weekend. Is there anything I should especially watch out for? Not really. Yeah, just not really. No. Just take your time, follow your manuals. You should be good. Thank you, Brett Bagel. Brett Bagel 600. The follow. Okay. Let's see. There was a guy asking about streaming. I kind of want to get him in the call. That would be good.
I want this B460 motherboard, but I'm not too sure if I should buy it or just wait.
All right, build advice.
I got the B450.
Yeah. Okay, so if I called you into this voice channel and you have a question, put it in voice chat text and ping me there so I can see your question. Oh my god. Hi, could you put together a parts list for a streaming/gaming build under 800, or are there certain parts that are on sale right now that you recommend? For $800, I would try to get a 3060 Ti. That card seems to have pretty good stock, so you shouldn't have too much trouble. But let's make you a list. Thanks for the sub, Brett Bagel. Okay. So
Aegis, so I have a question for you, just a quick question.
Mhm.
Is it worth it for me to, if I see a 3070 go into stock, should I just buy it instantly?
A 3070? No, I wouldn't buy a 3070 at this time. The 3060 Ti has kind of made it irrelevant.
Really? You think it's the 3060 is actually better? Or like better value?
Better value, yeah.
Price?
Well, not strictly,
Okay,
but like they're close enough that it's like $100. You'd probably rather save that.
Yeah, I remember like Aegis, like I was talking to about making a streaming build. So if you think that I should get a 3060 instead of the 3070, I'll defer to your judgment on that.
Okay.
I think my power supply has a virus. What do I do?
What you should do is read rule 2 on this server. Okay, let's see here. So Aerium, I'll make you a list. Give me a second. I'm in the process of doing so. Let's see. We got P2. We got SN550 for $5 more. We take those. We honestly take those. We do take those. $5 more. We take those. All right. So this is going to be $50. Okay. And the case, we do MB320L. So here's what I'm going to recommend that you do. I will do MB311L. It's back in stock. Nice. Okay. is the 10100 really that close to the 10900K in gaming performance? 90%? Depends on the game. It's a lot closer than you would think, but that's also a lot of benchmarks are obviously done without background applications, and having a low core count can, obviously hamper performance if you're running stuff in the background. So, is there a white case? Well, there are white cases, but they're either going to be more expensive or lower quality at that price. So, you're a pretty low budget. It has RGB fans. You can turn them white, if you're picky. So, here's your list. Okay. So you're going to get that list, and then you're also going to get a 3060 Ti. Try and get one that's $400 so you can stick as close to your budget as possible, because you're already like a little bit over, so 813. Founders is fine. So if the Founders is the only one that you can find at 400, then cop that. That's fine. What about the Neo Air? Neo Air is ATX, so I was like, whatever. What about static stuff? Anti-static is generally like overblown. As long just don't build on carpet, don't try to intentionally shock your parts, and you should be okay. You don't really need to ground yourself either, but you just build and like don't intentionally just try to shock your parts basically. Okay, I managed to get a 3060 Ti today. Should I try and get a 5600X to complement that? If you're doing 1080p 240 or 1080p 280, 1080p 360, whatever, then yes. If you're not, then probably get a 10400F instead, or 10400. Yeah, Bionite, that's fine. That motherboard's fine. Omar, this is my current PC list. My budget is around 1100, and I was wondering what motherboard and CPU you would recommend. If there are any other changes you think I should make, please let me know. Okay, $1,100 budget is going to be like, 10400F 3060 Ti or something like that. Also, Omar, are you playing like 1080p, low settings, esport type games, or what are you doing? Let me know.
Yeah, I'm doing those, and well, I'm also planning on like playing as like Cyberpunk.
Okay, but like, are you playing competitive type esports games? Is that like your focus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then yeah, I would say 5600X is legitimate. Let's take a look at your list here. So good. The RAM, are you choosing that for aesthetic reasons, like you want RGB RAM, or you just want RAM that works and is fine?
No, it's just aesthetic reasons.
Okay. And do you want that specific kit of RGB RAM, or do you want just any RGB RAM is fine?
I want to say that because I have like a $20 Corsair gift card, which I'm gonna use. So
okay,
unless there's
that's fair
another,
then. Okay.
yeah.
SN550 for 95 is fine. 3060 Ti for 400 is fine. And you need a motherboard, so I'll add a motherboard in here.
Yeah.
How
Preferably
do people
with
get a
Wi-Fi as
3060
well.
Ti? Didn't they come out today? They came out today at like 9 a.m. So you're kind of, or Eastern rather. So you're quite late. You're almost 12 hours late. Yeah. So can't get one. That's probably why. But they'll restock. So just take your time. Just
Wait,
chill.
so when it comes to getting like inboard Wi-Fi, is that better, or should I just get a Wi-Fi adapter?
It depends. If the combined price of a board without Wi-Fi that's decent plus a Wi-Fi adapter is cheaper than a Wi-Fi board, then it may be worth it to get the adapter, but that's usually not the case.
Okay.
Okay, so a lot of these parts that you bought are good, so that's nice. The last
Yeah, I
two
mean,
parts
a
are the
lot
last
of them
three
were
parts.
recommended by you.
Okay, cool. So there you go. There's your list. So 5600X, you're aiming for 300. That's a good motherboard, but right now it's out of stock. But by the time you find a 5600X, I'm sure that motherboard will be back in stock at some time. So just try to aim for $110 or less for that motherboard. All right?
Okay. Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks.
Cool. Nice. When's the next time I can catch you on Discord? Every day, 4 p.m. Pacific. Except weekends. Okay. Feels good, man. My case came today, but my GPU is still in Texas, and my Segotep shipment got delayed by a day. Unlucky. I can't find a fan hub for 6 fans. Do they even exist? There are fan hubs for 10 fans, so they definitely exist. Also more than 10 fans too, but yeah, they're fan hubs for 10 fans. Just go to Amazon, search up like Deepcool FH-10. That one holds like 10, so that's cool. If I want to optimize gaming and take streaming out of the picture, would that change any of the parts? Nope. Not at all. 10100 plus 3060 Ti is still the same for 800, regardless of use case. Actually, yeah, almost regardless of use case. I have 2 questions. I bought this case. I need some help finding the max power supply size. Antec site doesn't list it. if it isn't listed anymore, is it simply not relevant to cases of top-mounted power supply? No, top-mounted power supplies do still have length limitations occasionally, but you should be okay. You should be okay because usually, unless there's like a drive cage that's fixed and is blocking the power supply. Honestly, usually power supply length is not an issue unless you have a really long power supply or a really small case, which is like either of those is kind of rare. Neither of those is common. How much performance hit should I expect jumping from 1080p to 1440p? Depends on the game. Yeah, depends on the game and settings. If you want an idea, look at benchmarks in the games that you're playing. So if you're playing like FS 2020, look up FS 2020 1080p and 1440p benchmarks on the same system or a similar system to yours, and you should have your answer. All right, cool. What would happen if I put my power supply facing up instead of down? Not much. People make that mistake a lot. Usually nothing happens. Your power supply might be like blocked, so it might be like higher temperatures because there's no vent on the top of a shroud usually. But usually it's not a problem. 1440p 144 monitor gaming. Thinking 3060 Ti and 3700X. I would absolutely not get a 3700X for gaming. And at 1440p, I would get a 10400/F instead of a 3700X at this time. Adjust my build to match 1.2K if you can. I use most of the parts and requirements that you recommended to me. Did you buy this already, or like, did you buy some parts? Or
No, I have not yet.
Okay, well,
Because I was told if I wanted the 37, I should just wait instead of buying it 700. So, and then now you said just get the 3060 Ti, so that's what I'm gonna do then.
okay, your list is actually not that bad, but I'll change some of this, I guess. Do you need Wi-Fi?
Yeah, the one thing I had. I don't need Wi-Fi. So the one thing I had a
Okay.
problem with was getting the RAM speed to match up with what the motherboard is allowed to do.
Mhm.
So I couldn't find that. I wanted to get the full use of my RAM. So
No, you're not going to be able to get 3000 megahertz on this board, but that's
yeah,
not
that's
an
what I was
issue.
thinking. Yeah, but
Yeah,
I couldn't
just-
find the.
No, you just go into your BIOS settings, just manually set it to 2666, or there should be a profile that downclocks it to 2666 anyways. So, also that RAM is just not a good choice. I'm gonna
Yeah.
drop most of these parts. Like you're moving in the right direction here, but I'm dropping most of these parts. The motherboard
Okay.
I'm swapping to a DS3 JC. RAM I'm swapping to a $55 kit. No shit, on the wrong window here. Okay. And I added 2 of them by accident. PC Part Picker gave me this warning. No, you don't need to be worried about that because the motherboard that I gave to you has BIOS flashback, which allows you to update your BIOS without a CPU. So, yeah. Okay, and you only
You're
need 500 gigs of space?
I can get more. It's not a problem. The reason why
Okay.
I left that there is like if I can get other parts that can increase the performance of it, I'm willing to make that sacrifice.
Oh, SX 6000 Pro is like 90. Still SN550. Going off that. The gut. We're going off the gut. And I'm putting Segotep in this thing because, like, you know, it's Segotep time. Okay. 50. Save that. And we're done. Okay. You know SSDs. Which is better, a Crucial P1 or a Rocket Q? Rocket Q by far. But neither are typically worth buying. Well, it's not
Oh,
by
I was
far,
gonna
but-
say, Aegis, you still have like roughly $280 to spend.
Yep.
On my build.
Yeah, I wouldn't really change anything there. Yeah.
Really, you think it's as good as it is?
Yep. Unless you want to move to a 3080, but you know, not super
If you think the sacrifice is worth it, then I'm willing to do it. I wouldn't mind. I just want a solid gaming PC that's good for streaming.
Yeah, that'll do the trick. What do you think about this parts list? A lot of the parts I'm buying locally because I live in Africa, so buying online is expensive, so I've had to make some compromises. Also, CPU and GPU are about $70 cheaper at my local store. Also, I'm probably not going to be able to get a 30 series. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, cool. Let's take a look. Send me your local site. This is definitely not a great list, but send me your local site. Send me the site that you are buying off of. Can you make me a 900 to 1000K PC? I'm assuming you mean 900 to 1000 PC with maybe the new 3060 Ti, blah, 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 blah. I don't need RAM or a cooker or fans. Just everything else. I prefer the O11 Dynamic. Is there any reason you prefer the O11 Dynamic? Because, like, yeah. Is it for aesthetic reasons? Because that's going to increase the cost of your build by a decent amount because you're going to have to go water cooling. And you probably want to fill that with fans too because it's an aesthetic choice. So, yep. They sent this. They sent her a Rocket
Fucking
Q instead of the P1. Interesting. Okay.
All right, thank you, Aegis. I'm gonna order the parts now.
Nice. Looks nice. Okay. All right. As long as you're willing to pay like quite a lot more for a case. Wait, water cooling? Yeah, like people if you look up the O11 Dynamic and you're like, "Wow, that build looks really cool." Like all of them are water cooled. All of them. All of them are water cooled and all of them have 9 RGB fans and all of them use like the same basic setup and it's quite expensive. Any good looking case is fine then? Cool. All right. Let's do it. I mean the African dude just left, so I guess yeah, I guess we'll do yours. This is actually a good starting point actually. In fact, this is probably what I'm just gonna give to you. Yep. This list right here. I'm gonna change this to a 10400. I didn't change it for the other guy because he already had it there, but yeah, 10400. Okay. Cool. Yeah, this is perfect actually. Yeah, there you go. There's your list. Wow, that's great. So the 3060 Ti, by the way, doesn't have to be the XC. You can honestly get like the Founders or whatever. Just try to get it as close to $400 as possible. Everything else, though, you know, keep the same. The Segotep power supply, look for that on Newegg if it's not on stock at Amazon. I'm pretty sure it is on stock at Amazon. It's just like back ordered. So, you know, Easy Part Picker just being dumb. Why the hell is the motherboard for the manual for the one I brought 174 pages? What, the PDF? If the actual thing is 174 pages, that's impressive. But the PDF is usually very long. Yeah. All right. Cool, cool, cool. Nice-oo, nice-oo, nice-oo. What is that motherboard? Never seen it? You've probably never seen most motherboards, I suppose. So, I mean, yeah.
Oh no, the 600X sucks because it has poor silicon binning. Oh no.
Wait, who said that?
That's green.
Green? Do I have to unscrew the post because I'm doing posts? You mean standoffs? What's the difference between that and regular 220T? Let's see. Is there anything I can fit in the budget with the extra 60? Not really. You can add more storage, I guess. And the regular 220T, the front panel design. I mean, look at the cases, the front panel design. Yeah. The regular 220T has that, you know, the freaking lightning bolt looking shits. When will I be getting paid? Never. I basically don't need mods, at least for now, because the stream is not that busy, you know. Like it's busy, but it's not crazy. It's not absolutely crazy, you know. I only like that's basically it, yeah. Did I make this guy a list? Whatever. I'll just send it again. I will make your stream so big that you will need mods. I look forward to it. I look forward to you doing that.
Here we go.
Oh boy. overclocked 10600K beats the 5600X in certain games where they're already close. But the 5600X, just in general, like take CSGO for example. Like, no, that's not gonna happen.
Because Ryzen 5000, that CPU bound game, somehow just demolishes Comet like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Don't have to talk, just listen. I'm in build advice 2. Why did they go to 2 instead of 1? Dude, I'm in build advice 1. Why did you go to 2?
Oh
Yeah.
fuck! Sorry, I thought that was someone else talking in number 1.
No. How about the O11 Dynamic Mini? It's still kind of the same, because, like, unless you want to air cool in the O11 Mini, it's like, you know, it's not going to look the same as the images you see when you see the O11 Dynamic. The O11 Dynamic comes bare, comes naked. Like, you need to fill it up with RGB if you want it to look like what you've probably seen before. So, you know, the cost of the case itself is obviously higher, but that's not the bulk of the cost. Like, the LL120s and H100Is that people add to that case are what make it that expensive. Fan header splitters, yay or nay? For low fan counts, yeah, splitters are fine. But if you're gonna get more than, like, say 4 fans, yeah, you should probably get a hub. Can I spend it on my PC or no? I guess if you find a 3060 Ti at Best Buy, you could probably dump it there, but everything else is probably not worth buying at Best Buy. Unless you want to price match and then use your gift card, but that seems like a little bit of work. Okay. Well, 9 RGB fans, exactly. Yeah, you know how expensive that shit is? That shit is not cheap. What about countries where 10600K plus cooler plus motherboard is cheaper? Yeah, which countries? Also, it's like, the thing is, the marginal gain that the 10600K overclocked has over the 5600X in certain games is, like, not worth it typically, because in the games where you would be trying to get, you were trying to bulk up on the CPU, which are like CSGO and Valorant, games where the Ryzen 5000 or Ryzen 5000 absolutely demolishes Comet Lake. In those games, you'd probably be willing to pay the premium anyways. So it's like, I'm struggling to find a use for the 10600K, especially given how close the 10400F / non-F comes to it. It's like crazy. Thank you, Mamoon 456.
Just case I'm getting for my build comes with 3 fans, but should I get any more?
Hold on 1 second. All right, well, time Cubex. I gotta clap on them. I gotta clap on them. I gotta
I
do
want
it.
to see this.
I gotta do it. What's the article called? It's called "How is Intel Beating AMD Ryzen
Stop it.
Sorry, I had to do it to him.
Put the
Yawn
trash
bar to
can
the
down.
rocket.
I had to clown on him. I
Take
had to
the
do it. I'm
body
sorry.
bags out of it.
I had to do it. This is such a great article though. Like no other reviewer has taken the time to literally make a custom UE4 game that has frame render
Mhm.
control, so you can analyze specifically where the differences in performance come from.
Now I want to see that versus Comet Lake and Coffee Lake with different memory speeds.
This is at 3200 C14, I think. Yeah, which is typical of what people.
Yeah.
Well, not
I
typical.
mean,
let's say.
the dual
but-
rank 3600 CL16 will be faster.
Oh my god! Just to satisfy the exoseers, we do that.
Yes.
I have Noctua fans, 3 of them in a Noctua cooler. You really want to put 3 Noctua fans in an O11 case? Okay. I'm not sure if you're going to be aesthetically happy with that. Hey, Aegis, can you help me build out a PC for my GF? I have storage like a 250 gig SSD and 1 TB hard drive. Can you help me pick out PC? The budget is 520. 10400 over 3600. I'd say they're about equal, right? I'd say they're about equal in gaming, but usually the 10400 is cheaper. With all things considered, in most countries anyways. Like, I'll give you a good example. In the UK, 10400 is 139. Jesus Christ, that's cheap for the F version. And then 3600 is like 210. So, if they're about equal, take the cheaper one. Obviously, if you're doing like, video editing and stuff like that, 3600 still has some value, I suppose, but even then, it's like, I'd jump to 5600X. Speaking of which, how much is that in the UK? Oh, it's over 300. Cringe. Okay. 10100F for 80 quid. What a steal. What a steal. It should have left skull. We talked about this. It should have, not should of. Okay? You silly boy. You silly boy. Mamoon, I'm assuming you don't need Wi-Fi. Okay? I'm going to make the bold assumption that you do not require Wi-Fi. And as a real gamer, you have Ethernet access in your household. Whoa, Viper Steel's the cheapest kit. That's crazy. Viper Steel. Going in. It should of. Okay, buddy. Nah, you don't need Wi-Fi? I'm a genius. I'm an actual genius. Wow, A2000 is pulling in clutch in UK, as usual. Very nice suit.
Are you able to answer like a RAM question?
Do I have a brain?
No, so like, I
didn't
posted
even
in
hear what you
Discord, but
said.
I'm basically getting like a 5600X.
Wait, what was
And
your
I'm just
question?
trying to figure out what RAM I'm meant to get with it. Because I know 3600 megahertz is meant to be.
Okay, I'll explain that in a little second here. Actually, no, I think I can talk and walk at the same time. So, also, Mamoon, you have Cat 7 in your house? Okay. Mamoon, do you care about like what your case looks like, or just it holds your shit and is decent quality? That's all you care about. So for RAM, Ryzen 5000 is just like Ryzen 3000. Either you get 3200s or /3000 C16 RAM, or maybe 3600 C18 RAM for around $50 for 16 gigabytes. Or if you want to squeeze performance out of your RAM as much as possible, and you're willing to manually overclock, then there's some other conditionals where we pick very specific kits for you. Oh, I don't care? Okay, cool. We're doing age 17.
Yeah,
Alright?
I'm not too concerned about overclocking. So you reckon like 3200
Yep.
C16 or 3600 C18?
Yeah, depending on pricing, basically. Yeah.
Oh, easy. I think I'll probably go with the 3600 C18 because I read something that AMD recommends 3600.
Yeah, I know that, but it depends on pricing. Again, it depends on pricing. So if a 3600 C18 and a 3200 C16 kit are the same price, go for it. But if they're not, I wouldn't spend the extra money because it's not a noticeable performance difference at all.
Also, I saw that like you can get 3600 C16, which is a bit like a fair bit more expensive
Yeah, no,
here.
that's straight up
Is
out
that
of the
worth it?
question.
And if I'm just using it for gaming, 16 should be fine, right?
Yep. You got it.
Easy, thanks, heaps, mate.
I'm getting the H510 Elite. Are you okay? Cool. I mean, you probably know what I think about that. Looking for a power supply. It needs to be either 550 or 600 watts. Black cables are a must, but I don't care about modularity. What's the best one? Under $70? Sego tip time. Actually, the Psychotap has like kind of yellow and black cables, but they're sleeved. Or I mean, they're under like mesh. So
Half of them are. The Molex and Zeta aren't.
just cut the Molex and SATA cables. It's fine. Yeah, sure. CX550, I guess. 10400 over 3600. For gaming, they're close enough to be like considered equal, or for the most part at least, especially under 2666 megahertz. See that freaking Fitz guy. That Fitz guy. He went silent. All right, I'm telling you. I T-posed on him. He went silent. Okay.
What the Fitz guy do?
Yeah, the Fitz guy who is like the 5600X has extremely high binning variance. Like, no, it doesn't. It doesn't. You see these results differences in all CPU reviews all the time. The 3600 had the same problem, right?
Oh, results differences.
Yeah, it's the
I
benches
thought
are
you meant
different.
like silicon
when you see
quality, because
differences
MATLAB
in,
had 20 chips and it was only like 350 megahertz.
the differences you see in like average performance graphs, it comes from testing differences, like different games used on the bench or a different GPU used on the bench. It's like, or different RAM used on the bench even. Yeah, that's the difference. It's not binning variance. And like, of all the arguments to make, binning variance is nowhere near that high, because like Ryzen doesn't even, like, you've seen how clock speed scales on Ryzen. Even if there was massive binning variance, like let's say some samples are boosting to like, I don't know, like 300 megahertz higher than other samples are, which would be ridiculous. But let's say some samples are doing that. You've seen how little 300 megahertz actually matters on Zen 3. Like,
it's like 7% or so.
it's definitely not 7%. Like, it's,
Well, if you don't have a memory limit, it will be.
yeah,
Like the
okay,
cache
that's
limit.
fair. But like on these test benches that we're seeing from these reviewers, like overclocked, all core, more than 300 megahertz is like sub 5%, always, consistently. So it's whack. It is whack. Thank you, Fembras. Okay. Are
What's
there
this?
specific parts from the list you gave me that I should buy right now, or can I wait till I get the 3060 Ti? I buy everything on the list now because I don't foresee prices on any of those things going further down. And also, because the GPU is the only non-essential part in your list, you can actually use the PC without a GPU until you get the 3060 Ti. So you may as well order all of that now to make your life easier.
Hell
Okay.
yeah, iGPU gaming.
iGPU gaming. Join the 3400G gang.
I've tried all my 9900K. It's not fun.
It's true gamer time. True gamer time.
I was getting like 35 FPS stock. I was able to squeeze it out to like 90 in the game I was playing.
Rate Bitwit? What do you mean Bitwit? Is this a Bitwit build? Oh boy.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Yep.
3600X on a B550 board. Excellent, excellent. The RAM is actually not that bad. DRAMless garbage TLC drive that's like $100 per terabyte. 5600 XT for $70 over MSRP when the 3060 Ti exists. Meshify C tempered glass, spending $100 on a case for a micro ATX motherboard. Excellent. And of course, the Enermax Cyberbron. Also, why did he pick the Enermax Cyberbron? Why did he custom part in that? I didn't take Bitwit to be the type of guy to make a custom part for a power supply. Would changing the CPU to an i5
Probably sponsored or
10400 do
something.
much? It wouldn't do that much. Besides, you know, pushing you out of your budget so you can't afford a 3060 Ti. So I'd rather you do that. If you want to increase your budget just so you can afford the 10400, that's acceptable too. I'd be okay with that. I asked you a question in DMs. Is that fine, or must I ask here? You can ask in DMs, but it just takes me longer to respond because I have to click on it. Hey, do you think you'd be able to make me a list of parts? Around 800? Okay. You have a Meshify C and a Tomahawk Max already? That's slightly unfortunate. Actually, okay, that's not that bad. Send me the local site that you're buying from, Fembra. So type that in voice chat text. Send me the website you're buying from in Africa. I swear, like a couple of months ago, you were recommending me some B450A Pro, something I don't remember what it's called. I might have recommended a B450 8 Pro Max in earlier when the 3600 was relevant, but it is not relevant anymore. Or no, probably Pro VDH Max. Yeah. I meant a 3080. Sure. Not necessarily. Oh my god, bruh. I'm having a bit of a bruh moment right now.
What's happened?
That feeling when you give someone help with a list and then they continue to post even worse lists in text chat after you've already given them a list. It's great. It's epic. This is a certified bitwit moment. Okay. Alright, let's go to Wootware. Let's see what we got. A nice loading screen here. So South Africa, hardware. Oh, everything's in English. Okay, cool. CPU, GPU, RAM, motherboard, power supply case, SSD. All right, cool. We got the 7 sections, 7 pillars. All right. Fembra. Let's see. So you said you already have the motherboard, so we'll cut that out. And you said you already have the case as well, so we'll cut that out. So we're basically required to go Ryzen here. And your options are from here. You have a 3500X, you have this, you have that. Okay, is there a 3300X here? 3300X. Wait, Fembras, what is your budget in, I'm not sure what, hold on, South African
I think it's something.
currency. What is it? Rand, what is your budget in Rand? All right. Okay, let's see. Yeah, let me know what your budget is in Rand. Hey, I'm going to sleep. Not sure if you answered it or not. All I need from you is a yes or no response. Is the i3-10100F good for 60 FPS 1080p gaming? Or 10? Yeah, that's a good combo. Is this a good list for my budget? Not really. I mean, it's not terrible. Don't get me wrong. But I sent a list in chat earlier that was like basically the list you have but better. So there. I made that for someone else and it just happens to be, it looks like it's also a good list for you, so yeah. Rate my build? Oh god, I'm scared. Oh yes, the mismatched ballistics. This is actually your list, isn't it?
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is actually it.
Amazing. Is that power supply good? Because people in the past told me not to cheap out on power supplies. When we say cheap out on power supplies, we mean quality, okay? A power supply can be cheap and good. It's kind of rare, but it can be cheap and good. When we say cheap out, you mean like cheap out on quality, typically. There's a correlation, but like, you know, if I recommend you a cheap power supply, it's for a good reason. Act as if I've never asked you before, okay? What's a good B550 motherboard for around 100? That B550M Pro VDH Wi-Fi. Even if you had asked me before, I would have said the same thing. Okay, so for a budget of 12k Rand, let's do a 3600. Let's get oh, I really wish we could have done 10100. That's okay though. That's okay. 3600. We'll do 12k Rand, right? Okay. Let me do some focusing here. We'll look for 6 gig cards. Go lowest in price. We're going here. Okay, 1660 Ti. Phoenix is really cheap. Oh no, these are a lot of stock. Okay. I guess we're doing this guy. 1660 Super. For 4999. Okay. Okay, and then the RAM will do 2 8 gig sticks. We'll do 3200 or 3000. And we'll go by price. Guess we're going with this Aegis kit here. Power supplies, going price. We're going 500 to 550, 600 to 650. probably a bronze unit. Let's see. Fractal Design OEM. PR2, Superflower Bronze King. What else we got here? Why do none of these have prices? Literally none of these have prices. You're giving him an Aegis kit, nice bias. Okay. Okay, buddy. Why? Oh yeah, why are none of these in stock? Oh boy, security challenge. Okay. That's a truck. Okay, no more trucks. Oh, there's 2 of them. Are there even any trucks here? I think that's a truck. No, that might be a train actually. Hold on. That's a truck. Nice. You literally don't have a choice. I mean, okay, there we go. Aletix 3 gold. That's like the cheapest unit here. What? The white ARGB Aletix 3 gold is the cheapest unit. Okay. So, 3600. Actually, I guess I'll just, okay, so this is 4,000, 5,000, so that's 9,000, 10,000, 11,000, and then we'll just spend like a little bit on the SSD, I guess. We'll do a 480 gig SSD. Do lowest in price. No. Why is nothing in stock in this country? Q5. I've never seen that before. I should write that down actually. Hold on. Let me write that down in my notepad real quick. Okay, so I guess we'll do this around 12K. So I'll send all these links to you. Fembras. 1 second. But you kind of looked at the filters I was using, so you should kind of have a good idea of how I choose stuff. So, all right, cool. Cool. Nice. I'm gonna listen to Flower Boy for the first time. You haven't heard Flower Boy? Okay. All right. Can you check for stuff there as well? Okay. Let's see it. evetech.co.za. Okay, so I'm just gonna give you instructions basically. So 3600 you're gonna look for if it's cheaper here, okay? 1660 Super or 1660 Ti, I suppose. You're gonna look for, or 5600 XT potentially. You're gonna see if it's cheaper than the one that I already gave to you. RAM, just 2 8 gig sticks, 3000, 3200 megahertz. Look for the cheapest kit basically. What else is there? Power supply is a little bit more difficult. I'll look for power supply for you. And then what else? SSD, I'll look for you as well because that's a bit more difficult. And then case, you already have. Motherboard, you already have. So yeah, that's basically it. Okay, let's see. Let's see what we got. Power supply, is there filtering? There's no filtering. Is there even sorting? This site doesn't have sorting? Are you serious? This site doesn't have sorting. You have to be joking. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure the Aletix 3 gold was like 1,000 rand, I think. So, yeah, I suppose I'd get that. This shit doesn't have sorting either. This is just no. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna be cheaper than the other site. So for SSD and power supply, anyways. So, yeah, that's basically it for this. Okay. Oh shit, I wasn't showing Firefox, but yeah, you know what I mean. Can you rate my build? It's a few years old. If it's a few years old, then I don't see the purpose in rating it, but okay. I mean, it's fine. Yeah, should still do what you want it to. pretty well for competitive type games like Fortnite, Overwatch, and COD. So, yep. For the 10400 build and the 3060 Ti, what can I get on Micro Center and what should I get on Amazon and Newegg? Almost everything you should get online. 10400 and the B460 board will be cheaper at Micro Center though, because you can bundle the motherboard, and also the 10400 is like 150 at Micro Center. So, yeah. What's a good ATX case for $90 or less? Yeah, but H510 Elite does okay. NR600, I guess. Neo Air, those are both 90 or less, and they're pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Wondering if upgrading anything would improve latency in your opinion? Not really, no. Thoughts on a used i5 8400 for $90? Given that the 10100 new is, hold on. Given that the 10100 new is $100, no. That's my thought is no. Do you have GPU alternatives? I feel like 3060 Ti might be overkill. Yeah, but that's in a good way. And also, what would you be going for if you didn't go for the 3060 Ti? There's no lower end, like lower priced new gen GPUs. So anything else that you go for cheaper that's not overkill would be a huge waste of money, because it's not a newer gen and not significantly discounted. So Metallic Gear Neo Air, you've probably heard me talk about that case before. Metallic Gear Neo Air. All right, I'm gonna grab some more people. We're gonna have a party in here. All right, I'm grabbing some more people. Give me a second. Oh god, Nafox has a simp now. Oh no.
Nah, Fox. Oh, we've got him coming.
Oh boy. Unmute me, thigh heathen. Dude, I'm gonna get in trouble. The other mods are gonna be mad at me if I unmute you. I was about to do it, but then I was like, the other mods are gonna be mad. 2 days? Okay, fine. No more train noises though, okay? This is his second simp, by the way. Nice. Okay, no more fucking train noises, okay? I don't care. Inexcusable. Mute yourself then. No more train noises. Next time I'll actually put a length on your VC mute though. Okay. Alright, okay. Let's see. What does that even mean? Wait, where's the person that said that? Okay, whatever. Let's see. Let's play GTA 5 early. And dead stream. True. Like, no one needs help today. We're kind of just chilling. Jin. Okay, I think I talked to you earlier. Could someone tell me what I should change, or if you could change them, please? Just gaming, and budget is 1500. Okay. Your budget is 1500. 5600X and 3080 is good. Didn't I already talk about your list? I swear I talked about your list already. But whatever, I'll do it again. Drop the cooler. Change the RAM. Yeah, I definitely talked about this already. But whatever. Drop the cooler, change the RAM, change the thingy, change the power supply. Memory, we'll do 16 gigs. as usual. Storage, we'll do 1 terabyte, but not that silly A60 that you chose. We're doing P2 gang instead. Or sorry, SN550 gang instead. I got them mixed up. Alright, case we'll do MB311L instead of 320L, because it's back in stock. And power supply, we'll do, I don't know. Let's see. Let's see what we got.
Bro, I can't wait for the data sales.
Holy shit, dude, your mic is literally like, it's so bad.
I'm literally at the train station.
Oh my god. Oh.
Like, this is the me playing thing. This is me literally on my way
Okay,
to, like...
here's what I would change. Jin, okay? So, Jin, here's what I'm gonna talk about with this list, okay? So, first of all, motherboard is not worth 140. Wait for it to drop back down to 110. Second, the monitor, I would get a different monitor. That monitor is the only, it's worth buying if you need it right now, but obviously you don't, because the 5600X is, you're gonna be waiting for that anyways. So maybe wait for a better monitor sale during the holidays for 1440p 144, because that panel is decent IPS, but it's also like 300, and there's definitely been better sales on better monitors before. So yeah, besides that, you know, just go with the changes that I put here. That's basically it. Okay. What do you think about the B550 Pro 4 M18, so B550M Pro 4 for 89? I think it's irrelevant because it doesn't have flashback, and if you're going B550, you should have flashback because Ryzen 5000 is for the boys on B550. Same as Jin, but I just don't know what to buy. Well, if you have a 1500 budget, you have an $800 list. If you're same as Jin, then, you know, he has a 1500 budget. I'm confused. I am confused. Not the budget? Okay, here's what I got for you, okay? Hold on. I sent a list to a guy earlier in chat today. 1 second. Is this the list? No, this isn't the list. This is the wrong list. Oh, wait, what's your budget again? Zach London? What's your budget? 800 to 900? Perfect. Okay. It's 10400 plus 3060 Ti time. You're gonna get the same treatment as the other dude. Sample list. There we go. What a great list.
Right. That
What
OTP
a
GP match.
packed. Absolutely wonderful. Okay.
Okay,
Is there anything I
Crisis
can fit in the budget with the... Oh no, I didn't even read that. Also, when will 3060 Ti drop? This morning. So it's out of stock right now. But if you wait, you should be able to get one because it's got better stock than the other cards. Okay. I got the 3060 Ti, nice. Although I'm not sure why you're in hardware launch discussion. Okay. Well, I'm gonna end stream really early today because like fucking no one needs help. I guess it's like a balance, you know? Yesterday a ton of people needed help. And today, I don't know, everyone's
Hey, just do you want to see the build now?
Sure.
Or do you remember from yesterday?
Yeah, I think I remember you from yesterday. My memory's not that bad. Usually I forget people a couple days after, but I think I remember you from yesterday.
There you go, sir.
All right, 1 second. 3060 Ti in my country is like 600 US. That is unfortunate. Although, you know, given that it's equal to like a 2080 Super, it still might be worth buying. Because the 2080 Super, I'm sure, is not 600 US in your country. Anyways, I will see you guys tomorrow. Yup. Yeah, same time, like 4 p.m. See you guys tomorrow.